we're getting a lot of questions about the difference between your Facebook business page. Thanks, everybody. The difference between your Facebook business page, your personal page, your business page, and then a Facebook group. So what I thought I would do is just jump on here and share my 2 cents with you based on my own experience, based on the hundreds of people that we have in the Wellness Business Academy, so that you can decide for yourself which would be better to focus on. So that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. If you're joining us on the replay, please do make sure to type any questions you have or any thoughts that you have into the comments below this video, and I will do my very best to answer them because this is really important. Social media is really important, especially if you're obviously in the health or wellness field, because that is where people will go to know you first. Even before they go to your website these days, they're gonna find you on social media. Likely, if they even put your name into Google, your personal page is what's gonna come up first before your business page and your group. So having a solid personal page on Facebook is really important. And we're going to be talking about that tonight, which I can't wait to get into because we do get a lot of questions around this, and I feel like a lot of people are overwhelmed by the amount that they have to post and they're not sure what kind of content to create and all of that good stuff. So that's what we're going to be talking about. If you guys have questions about that, please do put them into the comments so that I can address it. It's always more fun when you're interactive with me versus me talking directly at you. So if you're having an issue growing your Facebook group, or you're hearing crickets in your Facebook group, or you're just not sure if now is the right time for you to be creating a Facebook group, please do go ahead and just share a little bit about your challenge with me in the chat or in the comments below so that I can address it. So I'm going to get started. Again, welcome. If you want more content like this, we have loads of free resources, both personal development and business training, over at thewellnessbusinesshub.com. We put a lot of content up there. There's a lot of really good blog posts, so you can go there and put into the search. Also, if there's any other Facebook groups or pages that you want to share this to, please go ahead and do that, and we will get started. So we are talking tonight about Facebook business pages versus Facebook groups, and then when to start a group and how to grow it. So let's start off. If I look down, it's because I'm looking at my notes. So let's start off with talking about a personal Facebook page. So when you sign up for Facebook, you do it via your personal page. Your personal page is what will pop up most likely in a Google search. So if somebody types in your name because they heard about you or via a referral, Paula, I see your comment. So if they heard about you or via a referral, they're going to put your name into They're going to put your name into Google. They'll maybe find your website, maybe, but maybe not. But what they will find are your social media profiles. So with your Facebook personal page, even though it's a personal page, you want to make sure that it's set up to promote your brand. When somebody types your name into Google and they come across your personal page, that's the first meeting that they're going to have with you, right? We only get once to make a good first impression. So you want to make sure that your personal page is reflective of the kind of brand that you want to create. What I mean by that is it should have posts about your daily life. It should have posts about the kind of food you eat, the general brand, the feeling that you want to come across. Now, a lot of people keep their personal page with, closed, let's say, where people can't access it. I wouldn't do that. I would make it open to the public and stop sharing uber personal things that you only want friends and family to see. Because your personal page, like I said, is your first meeting with this potential client or this person who's basically checking you out. They're scoping you out on your personal page. And so you don't want it to be full of sales promotions. You don't want it to be full of your children or your pets. Your timeline cover should be indicative of what you do. When somebody lands on your personal page, it should be very clear to them via the content that you post and your timeline image of exactly what you do. So when you go to my personal page, you will see that I have an image of me and it just says exactly what I do, like brand strategist. I don't even know what it says, but brand strategist and something, where people can be like, oh, okay, I get exactly what she does. And then the content that I post on my personal page represents my personal brand. So I talk a lot about my own body image, my own struggles. I post some things about my kids, but I don't just post like random images, because everything that I post on social media has a purpose, right? When I post things, I either want to do it because I want to start a conversation, I want to engage, there's a message that I want to share, there's something that I want to teach. Everything that goes on my personal page is curated. And it sounds awful and it sounds very strategic, but you're representing your brand. You're representing your business, even on your personal page. So when I do social media audits for some of my private clients, my business coaching clients, the first thing that I do is I'll say, you need to change your profile photo because we can't tell who you are if you're wearing sunglasses or a baseball hat or like a funny costume or something along those lines. Like your profile photo should be very clear so people can, if they met you on the street, it would look like you and they would be able to recognize you. And then the content that you post should be an open door into your everyday life, right? Now, you don't have to be posting 5 times a day on your personal page, but it should be very clear as to who you are, what you represent, your values, your philosophy, what you do. It should give people an inside view as to who you are and the brand that you represent. So Paul is saying, I also spoke with my mom to make sure she doesn't post any photos of me that I wouldn't want my clients to see, like me eating a big piece of chocolate cake. So that's a really good comment, and I'll go back to your other comment in a minute, but that's a really good comment. So an example is, I remember last Halloween, I was at a Halloween party, and I made Jell-O shots. Now, I don't really drink, but I made Jell-O shots because I was going to a Halloween party, and I said I would make Jell-O shots. But I was happy to have a photo of me with like all of us in costume, but what I didn't want was a photo of me with like the table full of alcoholic beverages. If I drank that much, then okay, cool. But I just didn't feel like it was adequately representing who I am and how I actually behave in my life. So anytime I'm tagged in something that I know is going on my personal page, I will immediately go and check it out. A lot of people tag me by way of using me to promote their own shit, which is so not cool. Don't ever do that. Don't ever tag somebody with like 95 other people to promote your own stuff, because that's just wrong. So as soon as I'm tagged in something, I will immediately go look and make sure that it's representative of my brand and how I want to come across and the perception that I want to come across. And if it's not, I untag myself immediately, because people don't get to use me for their own purposes. So it goes back to, if you feel like a photo is inappropriately positioning you, then you have every right to either delete it, untag it, ask for it to be removed, whatever it is. Now, in the instance with, eating the big piece of chocolate cake, I'm going to give you an example of how you can turn that around. We're all in health and wellness. None of us are perfect, right? Myself included. And so if you were to, let's say, eat a big piece of chocolate cake, you could talk about why you chose to eat the cake and how it's okay to have cake. And you could turn it into a lesson. You could turn it into a piece of inspiring content if you so choose. But the point is that you get to decide how you are perceived. No one else gets to make that decision for you. So when somebody lands on your personal page, because again, this is probably going to be their first introduction to you even before they go to your website, you want to make sure you get to decide how you're being perceived. So you want to make sure that your personal page is, I was going to say adequately, but that's not right, like is uber representing how you want people to feel about you, right? So the content that you put on your personal page should always mean something. It shouldn't just be like random because you have to post something. And if you don't feel like posting for 3 days because you're not into it, then don't. I often go more than 2 days without posting on my personal page because I don't want to just throw something up there for the sake of throwing something up there. So that's your personal page. So just remember, you need a personal page. You can't have a business page or a Facebook group without a personal page. Your personal page is the first thing that you create when you sign up for Facebook. It's also likely the first thing that people are going to see when they type your name into Google. You can Google yourself. If you've never Googled yourself, it's kind of fun. You can Google yourself to see what links in social media pop up for you, and it will likely be your Facebook. If you type your name into Google, it will likely be your personal Facebook page, especially if your business page isn't yet well established. You want to make sure that your personal page is adequately representing. So another thing is, on your personal page, make sure that your like about stuff is filled out so people can get a hold of you. Often I'll go look at somebody's personal page and I want to like find out their business page or find out their website, and I go to the about section and there's nothing there, right? So make sure that all of the sections that you can possibly fill out on your personal page. I'm actually going to go to my personal page just to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Make sure that the sections that can be filled out, yes, there's an about section. So if you go to my about section, right, you can get to my website, right? You can get to my website, and that's really important. A lot of people don't even have a link to their business page or their website from their personal page. They just don't think about it. So go to your personal page, go to the about, and make sure that there's a way to contact you aside from like private messaging you in Facebook. So that's your business page. Let me just go back before and make sure. Okay, so Paula, I see. Okay, I'll have to get on that as I only have part of the section filled out. Yeah, so make sure that in your about section on your personal page, not your business page yet, but your personal page has the ability to contact you, because this is where most people are going to find out about you. Now, how do you decide how much personal stuff to post versus how much business stuff? I find for me especially, I don't heavily promote my business on my personal page. I look at my personal page as a way for people to get to know me personally, know me as a brand, and then if they want more information, they can easily find out via the about section. And sometimes if I'm like in a launch, or if there's a really good video or something, I'll post it on my personal page. But even though I have like 3,110 friends, which a lot of them are my ideal clients, I still find that on my personal page, when I post inspiring things about my life, when I ask questions, when I want to have a conversation with people, that kind of content works really well on my personal page versus straight up promotions. Like if I post a blog, or if I post a lead magnet, or if I post an offer for a webinar, that stuff doesn't get great engagement because there's really nothing to engage. You know, no one's going to really ask me questions or give me feedback when I direct post an offer. But when I ask a question like, what did you make for dinner? I don't want to make dinner. I get 50 responses. So think of the kind of content that asks open-ended questions to put on your personal Facebook page. And then you can also post your thoughts. You can also post pictures of like what you ate that day and why. Things like that, where it's just like as if you were sitting across from a girlfriend or a guy friend at coffee and you're just chit-chatting. Share those kinds of things on your personal page because you want people to engage with you. So that's your personal page. Now, in order to get a business page, you have to have a personal page. And the reason that you need a business page is because you can't do Facebook ads without one. So you can't run Facebook ads from a group. You cannot run Facebook ads from your personal page. You need to have a business page with, I believe, 100 likes before you can actually run Facebook ads. At some point, if you're going to grow your business, you're going to be using Facebook ads. So you need a business page to run Facebook ads. You can't do it any other way. I'm not going to go into how to run Facebook ads tonight because that's a whole other conversation, but you need a business page. Now, with business pages, they do not get the same organic reach as your personal page would. So what that means is that you're going to be posting content on your business page that is not going to be seen by all of the people that like your page, because your business page, think about it this way, okay? Facebook is a social media platform for sure, but the business page is advertising. So that's like you putting your ad for your business in the free classified section where there's hundreds of other free classifieds versus paying for a quarter page, half a page, or full page ad where you know people are going to see it. So I know that there's a little discontent around having to pay for your content to be seen, but the business side of the Facebook platform is for advertising your business, in which you have to pay. Which I don't mind that. I would rather pay to know that my content is being seen by the exact right people that I want to see it, versus it doing nothing for me because you're creating all this amazing content and nobody's really seeing it because you're a business and you're not advertising, right? And in order to advertise, you have to pay. So, Chanel is asking, how can I keep my personal page, including my pic, as I work in a prison and inmates check staff page, still potential clients to see contact info? Okay, so what you can do, that's kind of a hard one. You know what I would do? That's a hard one. What you can do is you can either put in an email address like support@LoriKennedyInc, which is like just a generic one, or you can send people over to your business page, in which case they can then find you on your website. Now, in this case, what I would do, this is for Chanel and for anyone else too who wants to keep their stuff private, is I would go and set up like not a PO box, but like a fake mailing address, like at a UPS office or a postal service. And that's, if you're running like like an offline business, that's where I would put the information. But in terms of people being able to reach you, you're not going to put your phone number, but you can certainly put an email address. And believe me, like if they wanted to find you, they could find you, because a lot of the information we don't even realize is available on the internet. So I would just send them over to your business page. And then on your business page in the about, you can put your website. You don't have to put your phone number or any sort of information like that. Kimberly's asking me, do you feel Facebook ads are worth the investment? I'm going to come back to that 100% if you have your back end set up properly. So I'll come back to that in a minute. I just want to make sure before Kimberly's asking, if you untag, does that remove it from being seen? No, it doesn't remove it from being seen. So Kimberly, this was your question. No, it doesn't remove the photo or whatever from being seen. It just means that you are literally taken out of it. So it's no longer visible on your personal page, right? So it's not like your name will pop up or whatever when people are seeing that. So all the rest of the people who are still tagged, that's fine, but you are no longer like included in that group of people, which means like it's not tied to you in any way. what do I mean by back end? Okay, I'll go into it now. So I'm going to just veer off for a minute. So with Facebook ads, the reason that people think that they're a waste of money is because they will set up a Facebook ad that either directs people right to a sales page, which is a big no-no, or it directs people to a lead magnet opt-in page that you haven't tested yet. So that's number one. And the back end means what happens after people subscribe to your lead magnet. So do you have, welcome nurture emails set up that lead them into a sales funnel that leads into an offer? You want to use Facebook ads to grow your email list and to grow your brand when you can then invite them into something. Either it's like a discovery call that leads to a one-to-one service package or some type of online program, because you need to earn your money back. So if you think about Facebook ads as advertising, you're not just going to advertise for the sake of advertising. You're going to advertise when you have something to sell, right? So what I recommend is, if you want to do Facebook ads for, let's say, 3 to 6 months to build your email list, you have to understand, without putting out an offer, you have to know and be patient that you're going to then get a return on your investment when you then sell them something, right? So what a lot of people do, myself included, is I will continuously run ads to lead magnets to build my email list, like the 5-day challenge, or webinars, or just a PDF lead magnet. And I will continuously have those ads running, knowing that at some point, 30% of the people that subscribe to my list will buy something, right? So my goal, and because not everybody who's on your list is going to buy immediately, I know that over time, I'm going to get that return on my investment. But if you don't have things that you can sell, then no, you won't get that return. That doesn't mean you shouldn't do it, because eventually you will have something to sell. But I just need you to have the mindset that you're playing the long game, and you need to know what that long game is. So you need to have the strategy in place before you just throw up a Facebook ad. That's what I'm saying. So I hope that was helpful. If you need more clarification around that, just Kimberly and whoever else, just type in the chat that you need more clarification. I'll come back to it at the end. And then you'll probably also have to remind me to come back to it at the end. So I was talking about Facebook business pages. So we've done the personal page. So the business page I said you need because you need to do ads. It's not going to get great organic search. So I wouldn't, organic reach, meaning that it's not going to, if you have 1,000 people that like your Facebook business page, maybe 100 of those 1,000 people will see your posts, maybe. That's okay. That's okay. So what you want to do is you want to continue to post on your Facebook business page, even though not that many people are going to see the content. Why? Because perception, right? If somebody does happen to go to your Facebook business page, and this is your business page, this is where you represent your business, this is where you post your blogs, this is where you do your live streams from, and you can share to your personal page if you want to. This is where you post your lead magnets, this is where you post your testimonials. This is where you promote you educate and you promote with your content, and you promote your business on your Facebook business page. If you haven't posted in 5 days, somebody who is thinking about working with you goes there and it's like a post from last week, it's not impressive. So that doesn't mean that you have to post 7 times a day, and there's great schedulers, including the Facebook scheduler, where you can schedule things in advance. Hootsuite is one, Edgar's one, I use CoSchedule. You can even use the Facebook scheduler where you can schedule your posts in advance. So I recommend having at least 1 post a day. From what we've seen, when we post on Instagram and share from Instagram to a business page, it gets way more reach than it does if you just post to Facebook business page alone. So you want to make sure that you're showing up, right? That you're being top of mind with people, because we don't know when people are going to search for us. We don't know when people are going to want to read our content. And so the more you post, the more you can also see what kinds of posts do well and which kinds of posts don't do well. Typically, recipes do really well, right? People share them. So the more people that like your page, the more people that engage with your page, the more Facebook is going to go, oh, okay, we're going to show more of this content because people like it. So don't get discouraged because no one's liking or commenting or engaging on your Facebook business page, because I go to like people like JJ Virgin's page to see, just to like compare, and her page is crickets too. So don't worry so much about it. You still need to post on it though, even though it's not going to be seen as much. Sarah's asking, how do you get people in your biz page, promote it through your Facebook friends? Okay, so how do you get people to like your business page? You can share some content on your personal page. You can invite your friends to like your business page. The best way to get people to your business page is to run a like ad, right? So you can run an ad for people to like your business page. Now, this isn't, some people will say like, oh, that's not a good strategy and blah, blah, blah. First and foremost, your strategy is to always grow your email list before you get likes on your business page, because likes don't put dollars in your bank accounts, but email addresses do. So your goal, no matter what, is to get people to your email list. But in order to get people to your email list, they need to know you exist. And in order for them to know you exist, you might have to run some Facebook ads. So you can run a kind of Facebook ad that's called a like ad, where you target your business page to your ideal clients. I'm not going to explain how to do that in this live stream, but you can. You can target your timeline cover, your business page, to your ideal clients. They will then like your page. And if you're continuously posting, if you're asking open-ended questions, if you're doing Facebook live streams, they will then see your content. The more likes you have, the more people will engage on your business page. That means that you have to post on it. That means that you have to answer questions. That means that you have to follow up and do all of the same things that you would normally do anyway. So that's your business page. You want to put your blogs on your business page. You could create quote memes. So you could post from Instagram over to your Facebook business page. You could tweet and share it to your business page. You always want to make sure that when you're posting blogs, recipes, things of that nature, you're always linking back to your website. So you're basically driving people off of Facebook onto your website. You want to promote your lead magnets. You want to promote your webinars. You want to promote your live streams. So that's all the content that you can be promoting on your Facebook business page versus your personal page, where you don't necessarily just come right out and promote. You don't want to come right out and promote either all the time on your business page. You want to create a story around it. You want to create interesting content around it, because nobody likes just like, sign up for this, sign up for this, sign up for this. Like, nobody likes that. So you want to entice people. You want to educate them. You want to give them a reason to sign up, right? You have to explain the benefits. So you need a personal page and you need a business page. You need those two things, I think, first and foremost, before you even start a Facebook group. So, so much to do and learn. All in good time, right? Like, pick one strategy and just focus on it. I'm just going back to make sure. Oh, Paula's saying, so Paula is saying to Chanel, you can get a Google phone number. You're right. Thank you. You can get a Google phone number. It's like voice over IP. You You can get a Google phone number and you can use that as your phone number so people can't find you. Thanks for that. That was nice. Okay, so I think I've got all the questions thus far. All right, so now let's move to the piece de resistance, Facebook groups. So here's the deal with Facebook groups. As I said before, your goal, what do I mean by a personal page? Sorry, I'm just tuning in. Okay, so a personal page, and actually I'm doing this Facebook Live for you specifically. So your personal page, I'm actually going to go to Laura, your personal page. I'm going to show you the difference. Hold on, wrong Laura. I might not be able, oh, here we go. Okay, so you know that your personal page is a personal page because you can accept friend requests on your personal page. On your business page, there are no friend requests. There are likes, right? So this is, I hope you don't mind. I'm going to flip the camera and just quickly show you, sorry. This is Laura's personal page. Okay, so this is Laura. She's in the academy. This is her personal page, and I know it's her personal page because, whoa, over here is her friends. Okay, so this is her personal page. Now, and I'm using you as an example, so don't get nervous if you don't have this information because I said fill out your about section, right? So right here, if I wanted to find out more about her, I can't. There's no website information, there's no Facebook business page information in her about section. So Laura has to go and fill out her about section. Now, if I go back to her timeline, right, she's talking about her favorite mason jar salad recipes, something about the water, National Geographic, holistic ways to feed your baby, a really cute picture about her son, maybe daughter, right? Like whole body. So it's kind of clear what she does, but not really. And there's some duplicates, so we need to work on that. But that's okay, right? So member of CSNM alumni, great. So that's your personal page. This is your personal page. So if I were to Google her name, and I feel like her business page is Holistic Wave. Is it? Is your business page Holistic Wave? Yes. Okay, so her business page is Holistic Wave. So she's sharing content from her business page to her personal page, which is totally fine. I know that it's her business page because there's likes over here, right? And this is her business page. So nice photos, right? Content, mason jars, right? So it's the same content she's sharing from her business page to her personal page. Totally fine. That's totally fine. So your personal page is what you sign up with Facebook, right? That's your personal page is when you create a Facebook account, that's what you initially have, and then you create your business page, which is your Holistic Wave page. So she has her Laura Jane page, which is her personal page, and then she has Holistic Wave, which is her business page. Now, in terms of setting up a group, how do you know when the right time is to set up a group? Okay. Now, remember when I said that the whole goal of your business is to grow your email list, right? My feeling, and this is just my feeling, is I don't want you diverting your attention away from creating your lead magnet, from creating your opt-in, from creating your nurture sequence, which is the couple of emails that follow after people subscribe. I don't want you diverting your attention away from the capability of growing your email list to start a Facebook group. So you know the right time to start a Facebook group is when you already have the capability that's finished, done, for people to subscribe to your lead magnet, right? So if you don't have a way to grow your email list via a lead magnet, then you don't start a Facebook group yet. You have to finish that first, and the reason being is because you can't sell as well in a Facebook group as you can via email. Email is still the most, Sarah says, ooh, not ready for that then yet, right? But it's true because people jump into creating a Facebook group, and I'm like, okay, well, how many people do you have on your email list? And they're like, what email list? I'm like, oh, right? It's a mistake, and it's okay. And if you already have a Facebook group and you don't have a lead magnet, then just hustle and create a lead magnet. But your business will grow when your email list grows, because you don't promote and sell in a Facebook group in the same way that you do via email. So if you don't have a mechanism to get the people in the group onto your email list, then you don't start a group yet. You do that first. And then when you have people in the group, then you can promote the lead magnet and say, hey guys, I made this for you. I hope you love it. All you need to do is enter a name and email. You're going to get this free content, and you'll create more and more lead magnets to get people off of Facebook onto your email list, right? So that's how you know you're ready to start a Facebook group, when you have a way to first get them on your list and then put them into the group, right? And just side note, when you're naming your group, you want to make sure that you name it something that people search for. So as an example, Laura is not going to name her Facebook group Holistic Wave. Even though I love her, I'm sure many people aren't searching Holistic Wave. What they are searching are, bloating recipes, or she does leaky gut stuff, right? So she'll do leaky gut, nutrition for leaky gut, because that's what people are searching for. If she actually went in and just typed in the search bar in, I put leaky guy, that'd be gross. Leaky gut, right? So if I type in leaky gut into the search bar in Facebook, I'm getting leaky gut diet treatment, leaky gut syndrome, leaky gut research, leaky gut candida, right? Leaky gut nutrition. Let's see. So nothing pops up there either. So she could just do leaky gut. Well, I guess maybe leaky gut nutrition. Let's see if anything even pops up. Yeah, so there's some groups, right? There's some groups. So you want to do that research before you even name your group. You want to see what people are searching for. It functions the same way as Google. Paul is saying info is invaluable. Oh, you're welcome. Now I know to wait for a Facebook group. Step 1, get a way to collect email addresses. Yep, totally. Linda's saying, is there a way to grow your Facebook group quickly? I feel like having only 25 people in a Facebook group turns people away. So this is what I'm saying to you, right? Your first goal in your business, if you're just starting out, is not a Facebook group. It's get your shit tight. By your shit, I mean your lead magnet, your email list. Get, subscribers to your email list. Start growing your community with your email list, so that when you have a Facebook group, you can get 50, 100 people in the Facebook group. And I'll give you some strategies to grow your Facebook group, but people think okay, I'm going to grow a Facebook group because it's easy and it's Facebook and, I can do that. And I'm like, okay, well, how are you going to sell them? Right? What are you going to do to actually get these people to convert into clients? Because having a Facebook group's awesome. Believe me, I love my Facebook groups. I love hanging out in them. I love answering questions. But at the end of the day, if I don't have a way to engage those people to a degree where they become clients of mine, then I'm just giving away free information. And that doesn't necessarily feel good for me all the time. I'm happy to do it, but I also want to know that it's helping to grow my business, right? It's another strategy. And you need to understand how that strategy works before you dive into doing it, because Facebook groups are time consuming, because you have to be in there all the time, especially at the beginning, engaging and answering questions and putting really good content up. It's not just like, oh, I'll create a group and, it's not like that. It's not a I'll build it and they will come scenario. So Laura's saying the people who sign up to your lead magnet. Okay, so this is a good question. So people who sign up for your lead magnet, what are your thoughts? Like, she's giving me an example of a lead magnet. She has the 48-hour green smoothie challenge. What are my thoughts of putting those people into a group? So this goes back to Linda's question about, is there any way to grow your group quickly? Think about the transformation that you offer, right? So your Facebook group should be not tied to a lead magnet per se, but tied to the transformation. It's tied to the subject matter. So as an example, I'm just using Laura because I know her. Laura does leaky gut. So Laura's Facebook group would be, nutrition strategies for leaky gut syndrome, because people type in leaky gut syndrome, they're going to find it, right? Nutrition for leaky gut syndrome. Maybe. I'm just giving an example. So any lead magnet she creates on the thank you page, here's a big tip for you. On the thank you page of the lead magnet, you then invite them into your free Facebook group called Nutrition Strategies for Leaky Gut, right? Because it's tied to the subject matter that you're talking about. It's tied to the transformation, just like my Facebook group is called Take Your Health Practice Online, right? I had one called, this was before I kind of knew, I had one called the Wellness Business Hub. There's no transformation there, right? But now I have one called Take Your Health Practice Online. So when people join it, they know exactly the positioning of the Facebook group, right? So if you're doing inflammation, let's just say, then your Facebook group should be nutrition strategies for inflammation, or anti-inflammatory recipes, or inflammatory nutrition support, or something along those lines. Think of what people are searching for, right? Think of the transformation. It's the best way I can describe it. It's the transformation that you're offering. That's what your Facebook group is, so that it doesn't matter what offer you're putting out. It doesn't matter what lead magnet you're promoting. Everybody goes in to this Facebook group because that's the problem that you're solving. That's why they're with you in the first place, right? So that's how you just, like here, there's one like adrenal fatigue and leaky gut, right? Like nutrition strategies for adrenal fatigue. Like that could be your Facebook group if you did adrenal fatigue, right? If you did, let's say, like postnatal weight loss, your Facebook group would be postnatal weight loss community. That's what it would be, because that's what they're searching for. So in terms of growing your Facebook group, you want to make sure that you have, so this goes back to Linda's question, you want to make sure that you have an invitation to join your Facebook group everywhere. So in your about section on your personal page, in your about section on your business page, there should be a tab on your website called community, right? Where you can then have like a full page dedicated to your Facebook group, where you put the link, like click here to join. On every single thank you page of every single opt-in that you have, there should be an invitation to join your free Facebook group. The reason that I was able to grow my Wellness Business Hub Facebook group without any paid advertising at all to 5,500 people is because it was on every thank you page that I have, right? So it's everywhere. You can promote your Facebook group. You can put it into blogs. Just like any other strategy, you have to promote it. So, again, it's not just like a magic pill to growing your business. You have to actively promote it. You can run contests in your Facebook group to get people to invite their friends. One of the things, I just glanced at my notes and saw this, for the love of all things holy, please do not add people to your Facebook group without their permission. It is the most obnoxious, rude thing ever. I don't understand why people do it. I don't understand who's teaching it, but just don't ever do that. One of the things that you could do is you could go to all of your friends who you feel would be a good fit to join your Facebook group, and you can private message them and just be like, hey, how are you? Maybe you know or you don't, like just really friendly. I created this Facebook group. Maybe you know or you don't know that I do this. I have really amazing free information here. It's a free Facebook group. Feel free to join. Here's the link. Like, hope I can, best serve you with my content. Stuff like that, where you can private message people and invite them, right, to join your Facebook group. Lisa's asking, if running a challenge that has daily posts, shouldn't that be in a separate closed group? It could be. I just want you to think about long term. I'm in this predicament right now, to be totally honest. I have, 7 Facebook groups. So we had a meeting today about how to amalgamate them because it's a lot, right? We run a free challenge. I run 2 free challenges, in fact, and both of them have Facebook groups, and I'm shutting one of them down and putting them both together. So my free challenges are the 7-day lead magnet list building challenge, and my other one is a 5-day create your online group program challenge. I have 2 challenges. I have one Facebook group that I created a while ago called Lead Magnet List Building Challenge. I'm going to close that. I'm going to close it. I'm going to move everybody over into the Take Your Health Practice online Facebook group, right? And everybody in the 5-day challenge is still going to be in the Take Your Health Practice online Facebook group. Any webinars that I do, any lead magnets, everybody's going into the Take Your Health Practice online Facebook group because I can't be everywhere and anywhere all the time. So if you're running a challenge that has daily posts, think about, yes, but also maybe put everybody into one Facebook group, and then the people who didn't see the opt-in for the challenge or just didn't feel like it was for them, they're going to get the posts. Maybe invite them to sign up for the challenge so they can get it to their email. But at the end of the day, if it's a free challenge, who cares, right? Right? You're only going to run it live how many times, right? So I don't know if it really matters that much. I'm certainly putting everybody in my free challenges into one Facebook group because I can't handle it. It's really hard. It's really hard to, and then I feel like an idiot because I'm posting the same content across 7 Facebook groups, and a lot of people, especially in my community, are in all of my groups, so they see it multiple times. I just feel stupid. So think about your energy output. Think about the long-term scope of your business. If you're going to be running this challenge over and over again live, then okay, maybe. But then the people who've already done the challenge are getting the repeat content anyway. So who cares what Facebook group they're in? Personally, I like simplicity. I would just have one free Facebook group, dump everybody from your free lead magnets, your webinars, all the stuff into one group, and then have a separate Facebook group for your paid clients. That's what I do. It works really well. So all of your paid clients from all of your programs go in one Facebook group, and all the freebie people go in another. And then that way you can give really good value to your paid clients and give really good value to your freebie clients. Well, not clients, your freebie people. Different content, of course, but you're only having to manage 2 things, plus your email list, plus your blogging, plus this, right? Like, it's a lot. Paul is asking, how do you move people from one group to another? So the crappy thing is you can't. You can just let them know that this group is going to close, and if they want to continue the content, they have to basically request to join this other group. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do it for the month of April. You'll see it if you're in any of my groups. We're going to be closing some groups down, and we're going to be putting everybody. Of course, I'm going to lose people. It's just the way it goes, right? I don't mind that because it's going to be better for me in the long run because I don't feel like I'm doing a good job, and I don't like that feeling. And I don't feel like we're providing enough value because I'm so diluted all over the place, and I don't like that. Okay, so closed groups versus secret. You don't want to make you don't really want to make any groups secret because then nobody can find them, right? So you want to make sure that they're closed. If they're open, anybody can see the content. So you want to make sure that your groups are closed. So you want to make sure that your groups are closed. And so what we do for our paid members, so our clients who have paid us, we basically just go into, we use Entreport. So we just cross-check and say, yep, like this person is actually paid, we accept that, right? Versus in my free groups, we basically just like accept anybody, because I'm not spending time to like really screen people, although we do screen, because we can kind of tell like what's a fake Facebook profile if there's like no content under their name when you put their cursor on their name. And especially for us too, because most people have like some type of like a job title. It's easy for me to discern whether or not they're like a practitioner or like a random person that's going to spam my group with like Ray-Ban ads or porn, because that's happened a number of times. It's so embarrassing, but it's happened. So with your Facebook groups, you want to make sure that it's closed. With your paid like with people who are paying you, you want to cross-check and just make sure that they're actually like on your PayPal list or whatever it is, so that only paid people are going into your groups. Let me just check my notes. Don't add people to your group. I like circled it. Personal page, business page. We did that. Oh, what kind of content you should be posting in your Facebook group. So a question that I get often is, how do I create engagement in my Facebook groups? Because they'll be posting as crickets. So one of the things is, remember, these people in your Facebook groups, they're just people. They're normal people who like to have really normal conversations. If you're only ever posting tips, strategies, recipes, videos, there's nothing for them to engage with. You know, maybe they'll hit the like button or the love button, but they're not going to like comment or ask you questions or engage with you, because there's really nothing for them to engage with. So you want to give them value, but you also want to have conversations. So ask them questions. Ask them questions that you would ask any friend that you were, getting to know. Where do you live? Where are you from? Do you have a family? What's your favorite thing to do on a Sunday? What show are you currently watching on Netflix, right? Like, what's your favorite ice cream? Like, ask those kinds of personal questions and you will get engagement. Post just random thoughts in there too. Like, it doesn't always have to be super structured. Remember, you're creating the Facebook group to position yourself as the expert, to build rapport, for them to get to know you, for you to be able to educate, to make the sale easier. That's really what it comes down to. So if you're only ever posting, tips and strategies, and you're not being a real person, and you're not engaging with people, and you're not asking questions or sharing little funny things that happen to you, or just real life moments, you're not going to get the engagement that you want. So that's how you can create engagement. Paul is saying, so both your free group and paid clients, So both your free group and paid clients are both closed group, which means they are private, correct? Yes. Both of my groups are closed. None of my groups are secret. I used to have one of the groups as secret, but then it was so hard for me to get my paying clients into the group because no one could find it. And if we weren't friends on Facebook, then they couldn't access it. It was just a nightmare. So all groups are closed. Easy peasy. Laura's saying, so when you make a group, it uses your personal profile picture. Yes, it does. I actually made a group today to check what you were talking about because I didn't understand what you were talking about. Yes, when you make a group, it pulls your personal profile image. So if you don't like your personal profile image, change it. Are you worried that people will creep you or your privacy settings really high? My privacy settings are really low. You don't have a second account to hide your personal profile? No. I don't worry about things like that. I get creeped all the time. It just is what it is. I take it as a compliment. Do you use Hootsuite or something similar for your closed group posts? We use a platform called CoSchedule. And the reason that we use CoSchedule is because it creates like archived posts. So basically anytime we post something, we create like categories. So one of our categories is like memes. One of our categories is blogs. One of our categories is promotions and stuff. So we can basically like catalog it, and it runs on a loop. So once you've built up like 60 days worth of content, you can recycle it, which is awesome. So we use CoSchedule for that. And CoSchedule pushes to the groups. Although I don't really do that. I used to do that and then I stopped. We're going to start again. I'm going to start automating some content in the groups, but I don't really do that. I did it for a while. I felt like it was cheesy, but I actually just brainstormed some new ones. So we're going to try it out for April and see if we get engagement. But you have to change those up all the time because you can't keep running like the same content every Monday. Laura, church and state. Yeah, there is no separation between church and state. When you're a personal brand, you're on stage 24/7. You're on stage 24/7. There's no, I want people to find my personal page. I want people to send me private messages telling me that they like my profile picture, smiley face. It just is what it is, right? Because that happens. It's par for the course. You're going to get weirdos. Like, it just is. I don't really pay too much attention to that. I try and protect myself as much as possible, but, you know, everything's available on the internet. So don't pay so much attention to that. Yeah, and yes, it will always pull your personal profile picture. So if you don't like that, change your profile picture. But in all seriousness, make sure that your personal profile picture is you with a smile. Because I see a lot of people and it's like their dog or whatever. And it's like, this is the first foray that people get of your business, and it's your dog, or like you with a baseball hat and sunglasses, or you like doing something silly, right? Like this is your first impression. Your personal page is your first impression to your clients. So make sure that it's representative of how you want to come across. Okay, I'm going to call it because it's been an hour. This was a great training. I really hope that you got really good value out of this. If things come up after you watch the replay or whatever, you can always continue to post your comments below. This will be turned into a blog post, which can be found at thewellnessbusinesshub.com, along with a lot of other awesome content that we produce. Thanks everybody for spending time with me. I always enjoy spending time with you, and we will talk again soon. Have a good night.